The country club terrace overlooked the 18th hole, where my father spent every Saturday pretending his middle management salary made him part of the elite. I sat at a corner table, reviewing quarterly reports on my tablet while my family networked 40 feet away. "That's my younger daughter," I heard Mom say to a woman in tennis whites. "She's exploring different things, still figuring out her path." I was 32. I'd figured out my path 7 years ago when I founded Catalyst Ventures, a private equity firm specializing in fintech acquisitions. Last year we'd managed $340 million in assets. This quarter we'd closed our largest deal yet, a controlling stake in Regional Commerce Bank. The same bank where my father worked. The same bank whose CEO, Richard Morrison, was currently shaking hands with my sister across the terrace. "How's the hobby business going?" My sister Vanessa appeared at my table, all practice smile and country club pearls. She'd married a cardiac surgeon and never let anyone forget it. "It's going well," I said, not looking up from my tablet. "Still doing that investment thing? Mom says you work from home." She said it like I was unemployed. "Must be nice to have such a flexible schedule. Maybe one day you'll find something more substantial." Substantial. My personal net worth was approximately $45 million, but sure, I needed something more substantial. "Maybe," I said mildly. "You know, David's hospital is hiring for administrative positions. I could put in a word. Better than whatever you're doing now." She sipped her mimosa. "You're not getting any younger, Claire. Time to think about stability." My phone buzzed. A text from my business partner. "Morrison just arrived. Ready for the introduction?" I typed back, "Give me 5 minutes. Are you even listening?" Vanessa's voice sharpened. "This is networking time. You should be talking to people, making connections. That's how real business works." "I'll keep that in mind." She leaned closer, lowering her voice. "Honestly, Claire, Mom and Dad are embarrassed. Their friends ask what you do and what are they supposed to say? That you play investor on the internet." I managed a small fortune in assets, but sure, I played investor. They can say whatever makes them comfortable. You know what would make them comfortable? If you got a real job. Like Dad. He's been at Regional Commerce for 25 years. Real career. Real pension. That's what success looks like. 25 years as a mid-level loan officer, passed over for promotion every cycle. But I didn't say that. Dad approached our table, his face already red from his second scotch. "Claire, stop hiding in the corner with your gadgets. Richard Morrison is here, CEO of my bank. This is a chance to make a good impression." "I'm sure he's busy." "Nonsense. He's very approachable." Dad gestured across the terrace. "Come on. Maybe he can give you some career advice. God knows you need it." I stood up slowly, tucking my tablet under my arm. "Hey Dad. Let's go meet your CEO." Richard Morrison stood near the bar, a silver-haired man in his 60s wearing an expensive suit and the easy confidence of someone who'd run a successful bank for 2 decades. My father approached with the eager deference of a long-time employee hoping to be noticed. "Mr. Morrison. Beautiful day for golf." Morrison turned, his professional smile activating. "James. Good to see you. Enjoying your weekend?" "Absolutely. Sir, I wanted to introduce you to my daughter Claire. She's been exploring business opportunities." The way Dad said it made it sound like I'd been unemployed for years. Morrison's handshake was firm, his eyes polite but disinterested. Another employee's kid to humor at a social function. "Nice to meet you, Claire. What field are you in?" "Private equity," I said. "Fintech acquisitions primarily." "Ah." His tone suggested he thought I worked at a small boutique firm, handling maybe a few million if I was lucky. "That's a challenging sector." "It has its moments." Dad laughed awkwardly. "Claire's being modest. He has a little startup. Investment consulting or something. We keep telling her to consider something more stable, maybe in banking like her old man, but you know how young people are." Morrison nodded politely, already looking for an exit from this conversation. "Actually," I said, meeting Morrison's eyes directly, "I've been meaning to reach out to you. We should probably discuss Regional Commerce's Q3 performance." His expression shifted slightly. "I'm sorry." I pulled out my tablet, opening a specific folder. Catalyst Ventures completed our acquisition of RCB Holdings 3 weeks ago. That gave us a 34% controlling stake in Regional Commerce Bank. I turn the screen toward him. Which makes me your largest single shareholder. The color drained from Morrison's face. Dad laughed nervously. Claire, what are you talking about? Stop joking around. I'm not joking. I scrolled through the documents. The deal closed on August 15th. $127 million acquisition of RCB Holdings, plus our existing portfolio of regional commerce stock. Our ownership stake now sits at 34.2%. Morrison's hand had frozen halfway to his drink. You're the principal at Catalyst? Founder and managing partner. The Catalyst Ventures that's been acquiring regional banks across the Midwest for the past 3 years? That's us. Vanessa had drifted closer, her mimosa forgotten. Claire, what are you? Mr. Morrison, I continued, my voice professional. I've reviewed the quarterly reports. I have some concerns about the commercial lending division's performance. Specifically, the loan approval processes seem inefficient. I'd like to schedule a formal board meeting to discuss restructuring. Morrison was staring at me like I'd grown a second head. You're Claire Chin? Yes. The Claire Chin who testified before the Senate Banking Committee last year about fintech regulation? That was me. Dad's face had gone from red to white. Claire, is this true? Of course it's true. Why would I lie about owning 34% of your bank? I turned back to Morrison. I've been wanting to meet you actually. My team has identified several operational inefficiencies. The loan approval bottleneck in the commercial division, for instance. Applications are taking 60 days when industry standard is 30. Morrison had recovered his composure, his business instincts kicking in. Your team is correct. We've been addressing that issue. Not fast enough. I've reviewed the metrics. I swiped through more documents. The delays are concentrated in the middle management approval chain. Too many sign-offs required for routine transactions. Dad made a strangled sound. He was part of that middle management approval chain. I'd like to propose some streamlining, I continued. Automated approval for loans under $500,000 that meet standard criteria. Would reduce processing time by 40% and free up your loan officers for more complex cases. Morrison was nodding now, fully engaged. That's actually an excellent suggestion. I'd been considering something similar. Then let's implement it. I'll have my team send over the detailed proposal Monday. We can present it to the full board next month. I extended my hand. I look forward to working with you, Mr. Morrison. He shook my hand, this time with genuine respect. As do I, Ms. Chin. I'll have my assistant coordinate with your office. Perfect. Oh, and Mr. Morrison. I smiled. You should know. My father James is one of your loan officers. I trust there won't be any awkwardness about our professional relationship. Morrison glanced at Dad, whose face now resembled a tomato. Of course not. James is a valued employee. Wonderful. Enjoy your golf. Morrison walked away, already pulling out his phone, probably calling his executive team to verify everything I'd just told him. The silence at our table was deafening. Claire. Dad's voice shook. What the hell was that? That was me discussing business with the CEO of a company I own a controlling stake in. You own part of Regional Commerce Bank? His voice rose. Pi Bank. 34.2%, to be precise. Vanessa had gone pale. That's not possible. That would cost $127 million for the primary acquisition, plus approximately $40 million in prior stock purchases over the past 18 months. I sat back down, returning to my tablet. Total investment of $167 million for a 34% stake in a bank with $2.4 billion in assets. The math works. Mom had joined us now, looking between me and Dad in confusion. What's going on? Your daughter, Dad said slowly, apparently owns my bank. Don't be ridiculous, James. Claire does that little investment hobby. It's not a hobby, Mom. It's a private equity firm. Catalyst Ventures. We specialize in acquiring and restructuring regional financial institutions. I pulled up our website on the tablet. Here. Our portfolio includes 6 banks, 3 credit unions and 4 fintech startups. Total assets under management, $340 million. Vanessa grabbed the tablet, eyes wide. Our company website showed my photo and stories from the Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg and Financial Times. This can't be real, she whispered. It's real, I said. Call any business reporter in Midwest banking. They know Catalyst. They know me. I've been building this for 7 years, since I was 25. Mom frowned. But, you work from home. I work from my home office. I don't need to commute to prove anything. Most of our business is online. But we do have an office in Chicago for clients. Dad sank into a chair. 7 years. You've been doing this for 7 years. Yes. Why didn't you tell us? I looked at him. I tried. 3 years ago I mentioned our first fund. You told me to apply as a bank teller. 2 years ago I told Vanessa about our first big deal. She said I should stop pretending and find a husband. Last year I mentioned our Senate hearing. Mom changed the topic to real estate school. Silence filled the air. You all decided I was a failure, I said. So I stopped trying to explain. I just built my company. Dad blinked. You own my bank? I'm one of the main shareholders, I said. Yes, I have influence. Including the loan department? Including that, I said. Don't worry, Dad. I won't have you fired. But I will make changes. Nothing personal. Vanessa spoke up. How much are you worth? That's private. Claire, we're family. I sighed. Around $45 million, give or take. Most of it's in the firm and investments. 45 million, she whispered. Mom sat down. Why didn't you tell us? Because you never asked, I said. You assumed I was struggling and that was easier for you than the truth. Dad looked ashamed. We thought we were helping. No, I said. You were dismissing me. I stood. I have a conference call in an hour. I need to go. Claire, wait. Mom reached out. What? We're proud of you. I looked at her. Are you? Or are you proud now because Dad's CEO respects me? She said nothing. I thought so, I said, putting my bag over my shoulder. Tell Vanessa her husband's hospital uses our payment system. We own the fintech company that runs it. I walked away, leaving them silent on the terrace. My phone rang. It was my business partner, ready to discuss next steps. The next week, the Regional Commerce Bank board met. I joined virtually. Dad wasn't there, too low in rank, but he'd hear about it. The board approved my restructuring plan. Morrison, the CEO, thanked me. Your father's a solid worker, he said. He mentioned you. Said he always knew you'd do well. I almost laughed. Almost. Soon after, my family started calling. Dad wanted to learn from my success. Mom wanted a family dinner. Vanessa emailed about how she'd always believed in me. I ignored them all. 3 months later, Catalyst announced a $200 million acquisition. My name was everywhere. Forbes, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal. My parents framed the Forbes article and hung it in their living room. My aunt told me. I never went to see it. The country club story spread through the family. Cousins called for investment advice. My uncle asked me to fund his restaurant. I sent them all to our company website. The truth was simple. I didn't need their validation when I started, and I didn't need it now. They chose to doubt me. I chose to succeed anyway. Success wasn't about proving them wrong. It was about building a life so strong their opinions didn't matter. As I signed Catalyst's 8th acquisition, surrounded by partners who had always believed in me, I knew I'd done exactly that. The country club moment? Just a bonus.